Hi Anna, how you going? Thanks for asking me that question. I thought it'd be easy just to make a little video about singing in your head voice and your mixed voice as opposed to trying to describe it. So I'm assuming that what you do, and I've had a couple of students who do this, is that they sing a lot of things in their head voice because it's more, they're too shy to sing loudly. And now I don't know if that really applies to you. Obviously I don't know, but a good way that we got them out of this that kind of singing is engaging your support, right? So you have your diaphragm, which is your lower, anything that's below your chest, we'll just keep it at that. And then what you want to do is you want to lean slightly forward as you sing to start with, so you can feel your lower back expand. And you want to think of it as like when you breathe in, it's like, and this is your back. And when you sing, you want to feel your back like a tall spine, and it's leaning on your lower back. So that's one thing that helps with chest voice, because a lot of times it's easy to be like, you know, that's not really, you know, you could argue that it is my chest voice. It's a very light version of my chest voice, or I can sing it. And that would be, you'd be like, oh yeah, no, that's more of a chest voice kind of sound, right? So I did that by leaning on my lower back, dropping my larynx a little bit to start with, and then raising it as I kind of got down lower because it doesn't need to be dropped. But the other thing to do is imagine a high and wide soft palate. And when you start singing, because I'm assuming your range is a lot higher than mine, or an octave higher at least. So when you sing that, la, la, I'm imagining that my soft palate, which is back here, right? When I'm singing that first note, I'm imagining that the sound beam is going into my soft palate, and as I'm singing downward, as I'm singing in pitch downwards, I'm imagining it going into my hard palate, right, into more of my mouth. And that's a really weird concept. But I'm just going to grab a book to show you. So you can take a screenshot of this because it's it is brilliant. And it explains exactly what I'm talking about. So when you sing higher, and there's that, someone commented about vowel modification, which is completely correct. So your R, as you go up higher, should turn into O. Well, not turn into, but it should have a blend of O. Right? So it goes from na, and then all the other vowels have that same kind of modification towards a more openness, but I don't want to say open because, you know, that's a bit controversial as to what it actually becomes, but it just means that you have an open throat as you sing up higher. But your problem isn't singing up higher, your problem is singing down low. So a good thing to do would be, is if you start up high and you start with, well, if you struggle to actually activate your chest voice, essentially down low, and you've tried singing down low and doing your scales upwards, have you ever tried starting from your mixed voice, because you can obviously get into your chest voice, it's just not comfortable, and then just go down and up again to where you're comfortable, where that mixed voice starts becoming more comfortable. So what you do is you start where you're comfortable, and then you slowly not drag it down, but you go lower to where it's comfortable, uncomfortable, and then you go back up to where it's comfortable again. So you start and end on comfort, but you push like a little elastic band, you're pushing that and stretching it out. And then every day that you do your exercises, you get lower and lower and lower. But you're not, the other thing to be careful is not trying to get too low. Like you can do a lot of damage to your voice trying to sing lower as well as trying to sing higher. So it's, you know, it's that paradox of like, well, how do I know when I'm singing too low and when I'm singing too high? I would just stick between pure comfort level that you have. And when you're trying to pull your mixed voice down, the reason why I think is becoming uncomfortable is because when you sing in your mixed voice, it's a light mechanism, right? So your false chords are involved, and when you bring it down, your real chords, when you sing low, have a very relaxed, and they're very short and relaxed, right? So that you imagine this is your vocal cords. They're short and wide, and then as you sing up higher, they stretch and get longer, and they get closer and closer together, right? But when you sing with your mixed voice, you have your false chords on top of that, which kind of activate, and then your vocal cords don't really get trained, right? So if you're not using your vocal cords, but using your false chords a lot, they're going to get the training, and your real chords will be fatigued earlier when you start singing. So it's a bit of a weird concept, because people can sing for hours on end with their mixed voice because they've done it for years. But when someone's like, no, sing properly with your real, not properly, but sing with your real chords, it's fatigued because it's not used correctly. So I'm going to give you one exercise just to do, because I think it's probably one of the best things to get your soft palate activated, your larynx down, and to actually get your your chest voice developed properly. And it's singing ngoi, which is ng, oi, ngoi, ngoi, right? So it's just, you can sing this an octave higher. I'm just going to start on a C, C3. I'm just going to demonstrate a couple of scales, but you just take it up, right? You just take it up your range until you start feeling that mixed voice come in. Okay, so the other thing I'm doing is I'm dropping my jaw slightly down and back as I sing. And this releases tension from your larynx. It releases tension in your vocal cords, your epiglottis, all of it. It just releases tension. So if you can imagine singing with your fingers on your jaw, my jaw didn't really move much at all, if at all, and it allowed a lot more space within there. So that could also be another problem, is that when you sing mixed voice a lot, you pronounce things with your jaw, so you want to separate that tongue and jaw movement. Well, that's a whole nother thing. Just focus on having your fingers there and having a relaxed jaw. Like, you should be able to speak without your jaw moving too much, apart from to pronounce consonants. But anyway, so it's the other thing you can do, which will help your vocal cords activate, is just give yourself a little hug as you lean forward. Or imagine you're hugging a big tree. That's another great thing that people tell you to do. And experiment with that, and let me know how you go, because that may be it. Cool.